Morning, children. Hope you're all healthy and safe at home. So let us begin with our section 9.4 of our chapter. We are going to discuss about the concept of partial derivatives. Now, in the previous section, we had discussed about the derivatives of a particular function. So here we are moving on to the concept of partial derivatives, and basically we use the partial derivatives in proving various laws in physics and all. So the applications of the partial derivatives are mainly in physics. So before studying what is partial derivatives, we must understand what is meant by the functions of two variables. So we had discussed about normal functions of one variable, that is y is equal to f of x. So in y equal to f of x, the y is the particular function and it is depending upon the variable x. Now in functions of two variables, what we do is to each ordered pair we assign a real number z belongs to R. So corresponding to every ordered pair x and y, we can find a real number. For example, say z is equal to f of xy is equal to x plus y. That is a function of two variables. Now in this case, the set of ordered pairs will form, that is the ordered pair x and y will form the domain of that particular function, and the values that we obtain, that is z is called the range of this particular function. Also we can see that the function if we look at the example, z is equal to x plus y. Now x and y can take any values that we give, and corresponding to the values given to x and y, we'll get a value of z. So in this case, x and y are called the independent variables and z is dependent on the values of x and y. So z is the dependent variable and x and y are the independent variable. Next we will discuss about level curves. For a function z is equal to f of xy, the curves defined by f of xy equal to c for different values of c are called the level curves. That is, we are given a function of two variables, z is equal to f of xy. Now the curve obtained by the function f of xy equal to c is any value that we give, that is called the level curve of the particular function. So in your textbook, we are given examples of level curves. So let us just look at it. You can see that the figure 9.4.1 depicts the actual value of z is equal to f of xy. That is, z is equal to f of xy will be the blue color portion, and the domain is the values of x and y. Okay. And next, if we move on to the level curves, we can see that for a function z is equal to f of xy, the curves defined by f of xy equal to c for any c is called the level curve of that particular function. So that is, we can interpret it as the projection of that function into the xy plane. So you can see that this is our function z is equal to f of xy and z equal to c is the plane that we are considering. So what is it? It is actually the projection on the xy plane. And you can see that for different values of c, we can have different values of level curves. So let us see an example. The level curve, we are asked to find the level curve of the function y square minus x square. So y square, how can we find the level curve? We just have to do y square minus x square equal to c. So this is the figure of y square minus x square 9.4.3, and the corresponding level curves are depicted in B, and when c is equal to 1, we get different values of level curves. C is minus 1, you get this portion. And you can see that if c is 0, what will happen? Y square minus x square will be equal to 0. That is, y square is equal to x square. So we get y equal to x or y equal to minus x. So this is how we find the level curves of a given function. We just have to equate that given function to c, whatever value is given to us. So we had begun this section by discussing about functions of two variables. So here we move on to another level, that is the functions of three or more variables. So again, this is similar to that of functions of variable. It is functions of three variables is a rule of correspondence that assigns to each ordered triple of real numbers of a subset of three space one and only one number w in the set R of real numbers. That is, w is equal to capital F of x, y, z. We had done functions of two variables. In that, for every ordered pair we can associate a real number. In this, in functions of three variables, for every ordered triple we can associate with it a real number. W is equal to capital F of x, y, z. Again, we can discuss about the level surfaces of three variables case. When it was two variable, we had considered level curves, whereas when we consider functions of three or more variables, we will discuss about level surfaces. Okay, level surf we can obtain by f of x, y, z is equal to c for any suitable values of c. So we can see the example. Describe the level surfaces of the function f of x, y, z is equal to x square plus y square by z. So for c not equal to 0, the level surface is given by just equating this value to c, that is x square plus y square by z equal to c, or x square plus y square is equal to cz. So this will be some of the members of this level surfaces will be paraboloids. You can see the figure. For when c is equal to 1, you will get this portion. C is equal to minus 1, will get this figure. So that's it. So once we have discussed about the functions of more than one variable and its corresponding level surfaces, level curves and level surfaces, we can move on to what is partial derivative. You can see that in discussing the derivative of a function, we can recall that the derivative of a function of one variable y equal to f of x is given by dy by dx is limit delta x tends to 0 f of x plus delta x minus f of x whole divided by delta x. So when we are moving on to partial derivatives, we are considering functions of more than one variable. So what we have to do, we have to derive that function with respect to both the variables. So if z is equal to f of xy, then the partial derivative with respect to x is given by dou z by dou x is equal to limit delta x tends to 0. But instead of f of x plus delta x, we have f of x plus delta x comma y, because that is a function of x and y, minus f of xy divided by delta x. And the partial derivative with respect to y is dou z by dou y, which is equal to limit delta y tends to 0, such that f of x comma y plus delta y minus f of xy whole divided by delta y. Okay. In the first case, we tended the limiting value of x keeping y as a constant, and in the other case we increased, or we apply limit delta y tends to 0 keeping x as constant. So you can see that it is given to compute dou z by dou x. We are using normal laws of differentiation while treating y as a constant. Whenever we are asked to find the partial derivative with respect to x, we have to treat y as a constant, and when we have to find the partial derivative with respect to y, we have to treat x as a constant. So dou z by dou x is the partial derivative with respect to x, and dou z by dou y is the partial derivative with respect to y. Now you can see a simple example given. Z is equal to 4x cube y square minus 4x square plus y raised to 6 plus 1. So we are asked to find dou z by dou x and dou z by dou y. Now while calculating dou z by dou y, we have to calculate the derivative with respect to x keeping y as a constant. So what will be the derivative of 4x cube into y square? Remember that y square is a constant. So x cube, derivative of x cube will be 3x square. So it will be 12x square y square. And here it is 4x square, that is minus 8x, and y raised to 6. Y is a constant, so the derivative of the constant is 0. This is also 0. So dou z by dou x is 12x square y square minus 8x. Now we have to find dou z by dou y. So while calculating the partial derivative of z with respect to y, we'll keep x as a constant. So z is equal to 4x cube. This whole term will be treated as a constant. And what is the derivative of y square? It is 2y. So it will be 8x cube y. And 4x square is a constant. Derivative of a constant is 0. Then the derivative of y raised to 6 will be 6 into y raised to 5. Derivative of 1 is 0. So dou z by dou y is 8x cube y plus 6y raised to 5. Now we can use more simple notations, that is, if the function z is equal to f of xy, then the partial derivative dou z by dou x is notated by zx or fx. And similarly dou z by dou y is dou f by dou y, which is zy or fy. So we basically use f of x, fx and fy, that is the derivative of f with respect to x and the derivative of partial derivative of f with respect to y. So I hope it is clear. This is how we find the partial derivatives. So we can do more problems in the assignment. So that's it for today's session. Thank you. Stay home and stay safe.